Hey, what's up everybody, this is Muth24, and I know it's been like a century and a half since I actually bought this kit and did the unboxing for it, but I'm finally done painting it and everything, so I figured I'd go ahead and do a review of it. It is the limited model high-grade Evangelion Unit 5, otherwise known as the mass production type, that showed up in the film The End of Evangelion. One thing I'm going to say about this kit right off the bat is that compared to some of the other old Evangelion kits, this one requires a lot more work to make it look nice. With the older ones, a lot of times you would have to paint certain parts of it, like the vents on the front of the Eva Unit 1. I had to paint those to make them look like they weren't the same green as the rest of the piece. But I didn't have to paint a whole lot on that kit. There were just some things that I decided to go ahead and do to make it look more like it did in the anime, but it wasn't entirely necessary. With this kit, you're only getting a few colors right out of the box. So if this is not something, if you're not the kind of modeler who likes to paint a whole lot, this kit's probably not going to be up your alley. If you don't mind that, though, you'll probably have a lot of fun with this kit. One thing that I should show off right off the bat here is you're going to get a lot of extra pieces with this kit, and this is one thing that kind of confused me as I was building it. This is the joint that you would usually use for the neck piece, and it's molded in white, but it's the same piece that you get with like the Eva Units 2, 0, and 1 that allows it to rock back and forth. The head on the Evangelion Unit 5 is actually just a ball joint. If I pop the head off here, you're going to see it's just that joint, and then it plugs into this PVC joint there. You get a lot of pieces like that, like there's an extra chest piece for no particular reason. There's the standard type of back that comes with the Evangelion Unit 1, and I think if you wanted to, you probably have all the right pieces to make an Evangelion Unit 5 with the traditional joints of the other Eva kits. The only thing I don't know that I didn't think to check on would be if you have all the right poly caps for that, which you might not. But you do have like the chest chamber and the parts that would allow the entry plug to slide up, and you even have the rifle and stuff with this kit. So it's a little bit odd they packaged that all together. I don't know why exactly they did that, because none of the mass-produced Evas look like that. The only reason I can think of is that if you wanted to have it with the entry plug coming out, because in the film they do show off that there is a dummy plug that goes into the back of the units. The other thing they did include that was extra that does kind of make sense, just for the sake of posing it, are these extra hands. And you do get the two closed fists, and I haven't even bothered to cut them off the tree. And then you get the trigger finger, which I suppose if you wanted the rifle, go fine with that. You do get an open fist hand, and to be honest, all these hands that I just showed off are kind of useless with this kit, simply because you only have one weapon that's supposed to go with the kit, which I'll show in a little bit. But the handle for it doesn't fit on any of the hands except for the open palm ones, and you can bend the fingers on that because they're a little bit more flexible. But you know, for the sake of posing, I could see using one of the fists or something. But it's definitely easier to hold that if you have two open palm hands. And then you get these extra torso joints like you would with the other Evas to get it to bend. And I actually painted those ahead of time thinking I'd use them on this, but you actually have a different joint there in the chest area. But for the colors that you're going to get straight out of the box, I already showed off that one really dark gray tree, and that's going to be used for the insides of the feet here, the joints at the knee, the hips here, and I believe that's it. Everything else, I think, is molded in white. These gray pieces on the chest are stickers. The red on the mouth I painted. I painted the black along the sides of the body. I painted the pink along the neck. And the reason I did the armbands and everything was because they do give you stickers, but they're not a consistent color. Like, every piece of artwork I've ever seen with an Evangelion Unit 5 or the mass-produced Eva, or whatever you want to call it, has shown that he's white and black. And the stickers that they give you here are quite clearly gray for the sides of the arms and the bands that go around the arm and everything. I don't mind the way that the neck pieces look there with the black around the pink there. I think that looks alright. And it's kind of cool that you get this like metallic foil look for the red on the lips and the white on the teeth there. So you do get a whole sheet of stickers to use if you want to. It'll help it look a lot better. You get these for the these little pentagon shapes for the shoulders as well. But it still won't be quite enough to paint everything or color everything on the kit if you use these stickers. Taking a look at the instruction manual, I have a nice shot of the Evangelion on the front there. Flip it open to the first page, and we've got some information on Asuka and Kaji, and then the Evangelion itself. Some nice art there. A list of all the parts and runners. And then you're going to start building it with the legs, and then go from there. And then you've got some nice shots in the middle there of it with some, environments behind it from the show. Color guide for if you're going to paint it and stuff, which I highly recommend. And then where everything goes when you're putting the whole thing together. It's really not that long to construct this kit. It's just more of a process of going ahead and painting it than anything else. You got a nice shot there on the back of it as well. So, taking a look at the box, there's the art on the front there. Looks really nice. Again, the same shots that you had in the instruction manual on the side there. The other side shows the front, the back, the side, and then the two different heads, the wings, and the sword, as well as the two figures you get. As with a lot of these older model kits from Bandai, you do get figures with them. So for a size comparison and a color comparison, I'm just going to stick him next to the Evangelion Unit 1, and I'm going to have to adjust his legs here a second. Alright, so here is Shinji's Eva, and you'll notice that aside from their obvious aesthetic differences, that, the Eva Unit 1 looks far more colorful, just overall, but he also looks taller, and that just has to do, I think, with the fact that the Evangelion Unit 5, his head is sculpted different. You've got that sort of whale-looking rounded shape, whereas the Eva Unit 1, you have the horn, you have the big shoulders, you have sort of a more slender design to this one, whereas this one seems a little bit more humanoid or consistently proportioned, at least. The other thing you will notice is, as I pointed out, the chests are different, and the back sides are also going to be a little bit different because the Eva Unit 1 and all the other Evangelions have space for that entry plug, or sorry, the power cord that goes into the back of it, whereas this guy does not. Anyways, everybody, that pretty much wraps up part 1 of this review. Be sure to check back for part 2 when I will go over the posability, the weapons and accessories, and give my final thoughts on the Evangelion Unit 5 mass production type. See you then.